but you don't even have the sense to even look in our face. But you rather just steal our money and do what you want to do.
South suburban politician Tiffany Henyard appeared to have lost control of both governments.
Tiffany Henyard, the embattled mayor of Dolton, Illinois, is at the center of a wild political storm. From lavish spending of taxpayer money to accusations of using the police as her personal bodyguard, Henyard's reign is quickly spiraling out of control. Now, with eviction papers piling up and her questionable appointments making headlines, her grip on power seems shaky. Can she survive the mounting scandals, or is this the end of her controversial career? The drama keeps escalating, and the real question is how much longer can she hold on before everything falls apart? Hey guys, I am Olivia. Welcome to Red Rumbles, where the wildest political and celebrity scandals unfold, and the chaos is just getting started. You're about to hear about a mayor whose reign in Dolton, Illinois, has everyone talking for all the wrong reasons. From extravagant spending to dodging eviction, Tiffany Henyard has made sure nothing about her time in office goes unnoticed. Buckle up, because this saga is far from over, and you won't want to miss the twists ahead. If you're ready for the drama and the drama behind the drama, hit that subscribe button now and stay tuned. When Tiffany Henyard was elected as mayor of Dolton, Illinois, back in 2021, the town was hoping for a fresh start. They wanted someone young, dynamic, and capable of bringing new energy into their government. And on paper, Henyard seemed like the perfect choice. She was ready to make a name for herself in politics.
I am about to address some things as the supervisor. There will be no comments, there will be anything. It'll just be me addressing you guys to tell you what's going on.
Aiming to be the change the people desperately needed. But fast forward a couple of years, and Dolton residents are wondering where it all went wrong. Henyard, once seen as a beacon of hope for the future of the town, is now at the center of a massive controversy. Scandal after scandal has followed her, leading many to question her fitness for office. The list of problems surrounding her leadership could easily fill a book. But let's start with some of the most shocking incidents. One of the first signs that something was off with Mayor Henyard was her extravagant lifestyle. At the beginning of her tenure, Henyard was all about appearances, and her public persona quickly became a point of contention. She made headlines when she hosted a $15,000 inauguration party, which initially she claimed was funded by her campaign. But it soon came to light that the town of Dolton was left footing the bill. A $15,000 party for a newly elected mayor? That's not exactly the kind of frugality taxpayers expect from their public officials. But it didn't stop there. Henyard's spending habits continued to raise eyebrows. She was soon caught up in an even bigger scandal, her spending spree on luxury goods. Reports surfaced that Henyard spent over $43,000 on Amazon in a single day, with the purchases allegedly being made in the name of the town. But how many municipal emergencies could possibly require $43,000 worth of items?
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
As questions mounted, Henyard's defense was that it was all for the good of the town. Still, the public wasn't buying it. Taxpayers were left wondering how their hard-earned money was being spent, and whether Henyard was using her position for personal gain. If there's one thing Tiffany Henyard seems to excel at, it's promoting herself. She quickly adopted the nickname Super Mayor and began plastering her face on billboards all across Dolton. The idea of the Super Mayor quickly turned from a catchy slogan to something that felt more like a dictatorship. Henyard's image seemed to be everywhere. Local residents began to compare her to Venezuela's former president, Nicolas Maduro, who infamously had his face displayed on billboards throughout the country. One local resident even said, "It's like living under Maduro. Her face is everywhere. It's almost like we're in a dictatorship." At this point, it became clear that Henyard wasn't just trying to lead. She was trying to make herself the center of attention. Her obsession with self-promotion has only made people question whether her leadership is about the community or about building her personal brand. But Henyard's self-promotion wasn't the only issue. She's also been accused of using local police officers like personal security guards. It wasn't unusual to see Dolton's finest escort Henyard to social events, pick up her daughter from school, or even act as bodyguards at parties. But what made it even worse was that the taxpayers were footing the bill for all of this police overtime, with estimates suggesting the costs may have reached over $1 million. Is this what community policing looks like? Is this how taxpayer money should be spent? Henyard's actions raised serious ethical concerns. Instead of focusing on what's best for the town, it seemed like she was using the resources at her disposal for personal gain. But it doesn't end there. Amid all the public scrutiny, Henyard's personal life took a bizarre turn when her landlord filed for eviction. It turns out that despite pulling in a combined income of over $300,000 per year,
a Dalton home that she leased to Mayor Tiffany Henyard has filed eviction papers. She says Henyard has not paid her rent, and now she wants her.
Henyard and her boyfriend, Camel Woods, couldn't seem to pay their rent on time. As of now, they owe over $5,000 in back rent and late fees. Her landlord, Janet AOL, claimed she tried everything to get the money she was owed, including showing up at a public meeting to serve Henyard with eviction papers. But Henyard and Woods have been dodging the process servers like they're characters in a political thriller. To make matters worse, they allegedly changed the locks on the property, preventing the landlord from entering to do necessary maintenance. Can you imagine being a landlord trying to get paid, only to have your tenants change the locks on you? The nerve of it all. And with Henyard's political career under a microscope, many are asking how someone in her position can get away with such behavior. It's no surprise that Henyard didn't take these accusations lying down. Instead of keeping a low profile, she went on Facebook Live to address the situation. In an intense, nearly 90-minute rant, Henyard claimed that she was the victim of a massive conspiracy. She said she would seek arrests for her political opponents, but didn't specify what crimes they had allegedly committed. One thing was clear from her rant. Henyard wasn't about to take responsibility for her actions. Instead, she pointed fingers, accusing others of lying about her. At one point, she even declared, "I will be seeking arrests for individuals involved. I will be pressing charges." But here's the thing. This isn't the first time she's promised to expose her enemies.
Henyard's landlord showed up here to see her tenant in person after she says Henyard has been dodging both her and rent payments for months.
Earlier this year, Henyard launched a podcast with the sole purpose of telling her side of the story. But after just a few episodes, the podcast fizzled out. No bombshells, no groundbreaking revelations, just more of the same. As time goes on, it's looking more and more like Henyard is just digging herself deeper into a hole with every social media rant and every failed promise. Just when it seemed like things couldn't get worse for Henyard, she pulled off another head-scratcher. After firing Dolton's previous police chief, Robert Collins, Henyard decided to appoint Ronald Berg as the new top cop. There was just one problem. Berg wasn't qualified for the job. Berg hadn't worked in law enforcement for years and hadn't completed the necessary training to carry a firearm. Despite this, Henyard went ahead with the appointment, ignoring the legal requirements and even the objections of village trustees. They pushed back, saying that Henyard couldn't make appointments without their consent.
Last month, the judge issued a temporary restraining order blocking her from making those appointments without approval from trustees.
In response, Henyard appointed Berg anyway. In a twist that could only happen in Dolton, a judge ruled that Berg could serve as interim police chief for 30 days, even though he wasn't qualified to do the job. This just adds fuel to the fire for critics who say that Henyard's reign has been marked by bad decisions and even worse judgment. With everything going wrong, you'd think Henyard would be preparing for a quiet exit. Instead, she's doubling down and announced she's running for re-election. Despite the mounting scandals, Henyard remains confident that she will win another term. But not everyone agrees. Trustee Jason House, who is running against her, says that the people of Dolton don't want to continue under her leadership. Given the overwhelming controversies surrounding Henyard, it's hard to see how she could pull off another victory.
You could feel the anger tonight at a Board of Trustees meeting in Thornton Township. The board and citizens looking for accountability to their finances, while the township supervisor...
As this chaotic saga unfolds, residents and online viewers alike have been vocal about their frustrations. One comment on a news article read, "How many more months does this continue? Does no one face consequences anymore?" It's a question that's on the minds of many. With all the drama, the failed promises, and the constant missteps, how has Henyard managed to avoid real accountability for so long? Another comment pointed out the irony of Henyard's housing situation, saying, "Why doesn't she own a house? She owns a rental property that's condemned, and she's still getting paid by Section 8. Then she turns around and rents a house she doesn't even pay for." For someone making over $300,000 a year, it's strange that Henyard doesn't own a home, especially considering the position she holds. This only adds more questions to the growing pile of concerns about her leadership. So, where does all this leave Dolton? Is Tiffany Henyard finally going to face the music, or will she continue to dodge the consequences of her actions? And what about the people of Dolton? How much more can they endure before they see real change in their leadership? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Henyard can survive this storm, or is her political career coming to an end? And remember to subscribe to Red Rumbles for more updates on this ongoing drama. This story isn't just a scandal. It's a cautionary tale about leadership, accountability, and the power of the people to demand change. Stay tuned.